Hi, I'm Carol Chang, occupational therapist. Today, we're going to do some easy sitting exercises that will work all the muscles of our body. Sitting exercises are so great because there's no risk of falls and it can help us wake up those stomach muscles that might have gone on vacation. But before we get started, we're going to check our vitals together. It's really important that you get to know your body and what your normal is so that you can get help if you need it. You should always talk to your doctor first before starting any exercise program and make sure that you have a way to get help if you need it. My favorite is always the voice activated monitoring systems. So you can always get help even if your phone is out of reach. But if you have a family member or private duty helper in the house, you can use my favorite hack. This is a wireless doorbell that I bought at Lowe's for about $11. I keep the button near me and my caregiver would plug in the other piece in the outlet closest to where there will be while I'm exercising. So if I need them, I'll just push it. So before we get started, I want you to stop the video and grab your blood pressure cuff if you have one, and a pulse ox if you have one too, and a water bottle, because hydrating our bodies before you exercise is the easiest way to get water consumption. If you had time to download the vitals log included, grab that too. Otherwise, we'll just use a sheet of paper and we can write our log on there. So now that you've got your cuff, you're going to take it over like this. Take the cuff, try to use your left arm. Some people have different blood pressures on both sides. So just if you get a funny reading, try the other side. This cuff is a little too big for me. You can see it's outside of the range. That just means that when I'm doing it, I will know that if I get a funny reading, that's also the reason. You want to make sure that the tube is pointing downwards. Your legs are not crossed. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. Ooh, maybe not. Okay, and I'm going to hit start and I'm going to try to breathe.
Hold still and do not talk until the measurement is complete. Your systolic pressure was 139 millimeters of mercury. Diastolic pressure was 96 millimeters of mercury. Pulse was 78 beats per minute.
So here's an example of where I know that my blood pressure usually runs in the 110, 120 over, 70 to 80. I know that this one is probably not right, or I'm just really excited to hang out with you guys. But so I'm going to write this down. But the most important thing for you to do is really just get to know what your normal range is. Everyone's a little bit different, but you're really trying to aim towards that 120 over 60, 80 zone. But again, this is one of those things that you talk to your doc about, okay? All right, so we'll put that here. Okay, and this is a pulse ox. If anybody doesn't know what that is, that's what this is. It's going to tell me what my oxygen saturation is, and it tells me my pulse. The reason I like having one of these when I'm exercising is just to see if the feeling of breathing hard is that I'm not getting enough oxygen in there, or if it's just a lack of endurance. So again, it's just more data, information that it's giving you. And I just love having the more information, the better, just to make good decisions. Okay, so right now I want you to go ahead and write down all that cool information that we just learned about ourselves. So you write down the date, okay, and then your blood pressure, what your pulse was. If you have an oximeter, what's your O2 sat? All this stuff before we start. And then we can take it again after and see how we're doing. All right, so first things first, I'm sitting in a dining room chair. If you're sitting in one of these, I want you to scoot all the way to the front of the chair. And we do that so that we can, one, make sure that our feet are nice and flat on the ground, so they're at a 90-degree angle, and that you're sitting upright so we can use those belly muscles. If I'm sitting way back in here, my belly muscles are going to sleep. And another trick is getting up from this position is virtually impossible. The first instruction is always that you got to scoot your bottom all the way to the front of the seat. And what I teach people to do is stick your nose over your toes and stick your bottom up in the air to stand up. And the reason that works is because you're weight shifting. So you're shifting your weight forward, and that will it will make it easier to stand up. All right, so good habits to have: sitting on the edge of the chair, sitting with your chest up like somebody's pulling you up as high as you can go. Okay, so elongating that spine, giving it lots of space between those discs so that we're not squishing things or causing pain. All right, so you're going to wiggle left and right. Just make sure your sit bones are sitting right on the chair. Feet are nice and flat on the floor so that you're nice and stable. You're going to inhale, and you're going to hold it, and then exhale. Okay, let's try that again. Breathing is really important for doing exercises. All right, inhale, hold it, and exhale. Okay, very good. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do a very basic exercise, and I'll show you how we can make it easier or harder depending on your situation. I always tell people, start slow. I would much rather you do a small amount of exercise frequently than try to just get through the whole thing and hurt yourself and then not be able to exercise for a few days. So if you feel like you get through 3 or 4 exercises and that's enough, that's your limit, stop the video. You can start again there next time. Okay. So again, knowing yourself will help you make those choices for yourself. All right. So you're going to sit up nice and tall again. Let's get that nice, good posture. Hands on our lap. Oh, we forgot the most important thing. Water. We talked about the water thing. Okay, so right now we're going to try to drink as much water as we can within reason. Okay, but again, trying to cultivate that habit of increasing our water intake. The weird thing about water is that the less that you drink, the less you want to drink it. It's the weirdest thing. I find that patients they almost develop this aversion to water. So, and maybe it's like exercise, that the less that I exercise, the less motivated I feel. I don't know, but for this purpose, we are going to try to build really good habits, and we're going to combine those two. We're going to increase water, increase our exercise, and in the end, we're going to feel awesome, right? Okay, hands on your lap. Hands on your lap. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so we're going to raise them up. So if you have shoulder issues, you raise them up however high you can get them. Okay, so if it's here, that's totally fine. If it's up here, that's even better. But a lot of people have rotator cuff issues that might prevent them to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is I will demonstrate the mid-range here, and you do whatever is the best for you. And again, if you can only reach a foot up off your knees, that's totally fine. It's a starting point. Okay. All right. Ready? And up. So that's 1. And I want you to count out loud together with me. 2, 3, 4. And keep those arms really, really nice and straight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, inhale, hold it, and exhale. You're really working towards inhaling from down here. I want to see you get nice oxygen saturation in there. Inhale, hold it, and exhale. Okay, good. All right. So we're going to do number 2. This is shoulder abduction. I call this fly like a bird. All right. So we're going to come up, and again, as high as you can go, and back down again, keeping the elbows really nice and straight so you can activate that whole arm all the way down. You ready? Sit up nice and tall, chest up. Our spines are up. Ready? And up. 1 and 2, 3, 4. See if you can sit up just a little taller. 5, 6, 7. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and down when they come up. 8, 9, and one more. 10. Okay, inhale and exhale. If you have a pulse ox, this is when you would check it. I like to check maybe every two exercises. Okay, and so you want to look for something that's above 90, and you would ideally want your pulse to recover. So as we take our deep breaths, your pulse is dropping a little bit. So again, those parameters are something that you should talk to your doctor about, what is good for you. You may know already if you've had home health visits, but again, those are things that are individual for each person. All right, so we're gonna put our hands up by our shoulders, and we're gonna do some punches. So we're punching to one corner and punching to the other corner. And when you do that, you feel how your stomach muscles are really working in there to keep yourself turned. Okay, so those feet, those knees have to be right underneath your hips, feet flat on the floor. Okay, wiggle down there if you've scooted back a little bit, sit up nice and tall, and we're gonna punch. You ready? And go. 1, and the other side. That's still 1. Ready? 2. Okay, feel it in your tummy. 3 and 4. If you start to get tired, you can't go all the way over. 5. Then just start punching sideways in here. Okay, ready? 6. And squeeze those shoulder blades back and down as they come back. I think I missed one, right? 8 and 9 and 10. Awesome job. Deep breath. Smell the roses. Hold it and blow out the candles. Okay, one more time. Smell the roses. Hold it and blow out those candles. Awesome. Okay, ready? Shake them out a little bit. Hands in front, and we're going to row the boat this time. So we're going to pull back, shoulder blades back and down. This is where we're going to work on those shoulder. If you have any shoulder rotator cuff issues or too much posture like this, internet searching, all those things need retraction of the shoulder blades so that you can breathe better. You have better posture. You decrease back pain. Ready? So we're rowing the boat. Ready? Go. Squeeze back. 1 and 2. Really squeeze those shoulder blades back there. Be intentional about it. 3. Pull those elbows back and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Okay. Inhale. Hold it and exhale. Okay, let's check our rate right now. Make sure you're still good. Take a deep breath and exhale. Okay, very good. Okay, again, let's get back to check and make sure you can wiggle left and right. Make sure that your sit bones are right on the chair. Feet are nice and flat on the floor. You feel nice and solid. You're not sliding anywhere. You're sitting up nice and tall, chest up. Somebody's pulling you up over there. We're going to put our hands up here like this. So one hand at 12 o'clock, one hand at 6 o'clock. So we're going to pretend like we're riding an arm bicycle, but we're using our hands. Okay, just like this. All right, so we count it when one arm gets that full revolution to 12. So our hands are like this. You ready? And go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you have shoulder issues, you can write down here, 5, 6, 7, and if you really want to make a big motion, you can, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, deep breath. Hold it and exhale. All right. We're going to put our hands at your ears. We're going to throw a basketball. So we can throw an overhead basketball, we can throw a chest pass, and we can throw one down to the floor, just depending on what your shoulders can manage, okay? So let's try to pull those shoulder blades back and down just to make sure we get lots of space in that shoulder area. Hands at your ears, and let's throw. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so you'll probably feel that in here. That's a tricep exercise. Inhale and exhale. Okay, let's check our sats. And you don't have to check your sats between every single one, but at the beginning, I like people just to get information and know. And a lot of my cardiac patients who are just getting out of surgery, we want that information more frequently. If you are realizing that you're totally fine, 3 or 4 or 5 sessions in, maybe take it every 4, or maybe halfway through. It's whatever works for you and whatever you think you need that. All right, so we're gonna do bicep curls now. Again, check our position, sit up nice and tall, hands down here, and we're gonna come up. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so bicep curls really pretty easy. It's really a break time in there. If you're looking for something a little bit more challenging, that's when you could grab 2 water bottles. Each water bottle is usually about 1 pound, and you could use those ones instead. And that could be just what you do there. Maybe it's something that you do for all of them. Okay, so that's one of those things one of those progressions that you can do later. Okay, we got to get back to 2 a little bit harder ones, but they will get a lot easier after this. Okay, you ready? So hands in front like this, and we're going to do circles. So same thing, we're going to be starting at 12 o'clock, doing that circle all the way around, come up to 12. Okay, so hands in front, elbows really straight, and we come over. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, deep breath. Hold it and exhale. One more time, inhale. Hold it and exhale. Okay, we're about halfway through. It's a really good time for a little bit more water, okay? So grab your water bottle, have a little drink. I think if you're counting out loud, that is making sure that you're not holding your breath. But then it also has this great benefit to make you thirsty, which means that you'll increase your water. Every trick possible that we need to use, okay? All right, hands out in front. Same thing, sit up really nice and tall, squeeze those shoulder blades back and down, kind of feel where they are. All right, hands are out here like this, and we're gonna do circles. So you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. Deep breath. Hold it and exhale. Okay, one more time. Inhale. Hold it and exhale. Okay. All right. So we're going to pretend we're a witch and we've got this big cauldron of soup that we are bubbling up. Or maybe it's getting to be cold and you're just looking for some really good chili. So whatever it is that you're thinking, I want you to get yourself positioned again, feet flat on the floor. Make sure you've got good support, sitting up nice and tall. Start with your hands at your belly and you're going to go all the way around, okay? So if you need to make a little soup, that's okay. If you want to make a bigger one, that's great. If you really want to reach your arms all the way up to their end range, you get a good stretch when you do that. Okay, ready? And go. We're going to start over there. So that's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, make sure you're breathing, count out loud with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Deep breath. Hold it and exhale. Got to go the other way now, right? Okay, ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure I can hear you nice and loud. 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Awesome job. Deep breath. Hold it and exhale. All right, let's check. That sure was hard. I can feel my arms moving a little bit in there. Okay. I'm staying oxygenated. All right, we're going to inhale, hold it, and exhale. So we talked a lot about that rotator cuff stuff. It is a very common issue over the age of 65. I think a lot of it also has to do with long-standing posture. If it's curled in like this, the poor shoulder doesn't have any space. So we're really working towards squeezing them back. And this is one that I call open the closet door. So we're going to put our hands like this. And we're going to do external rotation, which is the rotator cuff, strengthening the rotator cuff ones. Okay, you ready? And out. So you squeeze them all the way back as hard as you can go. Back in. Ready? And 1 and 2. Keep those elbows nice and tight at your side. Ready? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. Deep breath. Hold it and exhale. Okay, one more time. Inhale. Hold it and exhale. Okay, we're going to do a John Travolta. So we always want to work across our bodies like this to really work through those tummy muscles. We're sitting up nice and tall and you're going to reach all the way up. So same thing. If you can't reach up, that's okay. You're going to reach out to this side. If that's too high, you reach down here. Okay. Same with the other side. So you can either reach up to the middle or down low, okay, whatever you want. This is a great time for you to use your head, use your neck muscles, and look at your hand. Turn and look at your hand. Turn and look at your hand. Okay, you ready? Sit up nice and tall. Start your hand at your hip. Ready, reach up and back down. Oh, so I was explaining this is the Saturday Night Fever one, the John Travolta. So your hand is down here and ready up. 1. And see the twist I can do? 2, 3. And if you get dizzy, you don't have to look. You can just keep looking straight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, reach, and 10. Okay, good. So the farther you reach, the more activation you get in all those muscles in here. Okay, that's why I keep telling you, I really want you to stretch to your end range. All right, other side. So hand here, ready, reach all the way up. Good. 1, 2, and same with your neck. If you're really deliberate about it, you can do that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, inhale and exhale. One more time. Hold it and exhale. Okay, good. So a lot of times people have some tightness in the shoulders. I really like to do a little bit of stretching maybe with this. You'll see. So you're going to pull, shoulder shrug all the way up and just let them drop. Oh, very good. Now you can also do that in a very intentional way just to build the muscle. You could squeeze and drop it down and really reach like you're picking up 2 buckets off the floor, and that will help to strengthen all of that. Okay, so we'll do it in a very slow way, but you could go back and do another round where you just let them drop. Okay, so we're going to use it for exercise right now. So you're going to squeeze them all the way up and down. Really reach down. Good. Ready, up. Hold it, squeeze, and exhale. Down. Up and down. Reach down. See if you can tickle the floor. I think that's probably 4, right? 4 and down. And 5 and down. Keep going. 6 and down. Like somebody put you in the stretcher machine. You're trying to make your arms longer than your legs. Ready, up and down. Reach down. Sometimes it helps to exhale. Ready, up and down. Let's do 2 more. You ready? And up, down, and up, and down. Inhale. Hold it and exhale. Good time to check. All right, we're almost there. All right, so my heart rate's a little higher now, but that's okay. We're going to take a little deep breath and exhale. When you see that your heart rate is higher, water. All right. It's a great break for that. All right. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do is for your lower back. So you're going to go very slowly and gently, because I'm sure you've heard post-op back surgery, no bending, lifting, twisting. Now, the problem with a lot of my patients, though, is they start to take that very seriously, that they never do that anymore. And what I'm saying is that if you don't do any kind of turning motions, your poor lower back never gets a stretch. And on both sides of it, they get really tight in there. So if you don't normally turn your body, you normally turn your head, okay, or maybe you turn your shoulders to do it, then you'll want to do this exercise really slowly. So if this was your straight center line, you might just kind of turn just gently to one side and turn gently to the other, okay? I like to get people to put their hands here so that they have relative scale of how far over they're going. So we're going to aim for like 45 degrees right here, okay? So again, listening to your body, see where it's stretching. If you're having any discomfort after you do the exercises, you generally want to ice to decrease inflammation. So people ask me that all the time about heat versus ice. My general rule of thumb is we're going to heat everything before we move to warm it up, and we're going to ice afterwards to decrease the inflammation that likely happens when you're doing a new exercise. Okay. All right. So sit up nice and tall, chest up, always chest up. We're trying to pull that that rib cage up. Okay, we're gonna turn a little bit and I'm feeling it right in my lower back, right in my scapula, right underneath there and over, okay? And gently to one side, and you can use this opportunity to squeeze that shoulder blade back and down and over. Those are tiny little muscles that need recruitment. Okay, ready? Let's do 10 and go. 1, nice controlled motion. 2, and 3, and check and see if you can go farther on one side versus the other. 4, that's information about your body. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, deep breath. Hold it and exhale. Good. And you may notice that if you get a little dizzy turning your head like this, just go a little slower. Sometimes it's dehydration that will make your vestibular system get a little crazy. Water time. But like anything else, things can get better. Little kids don't have any trouble with those crazy teacups. And adults, we want to throw up when we get in there. Why is there a difference? It's just because we haven't been in that. We haven't done that for 20, 30 years. So we can get better at it. You can teach your brain how to do that better. All right. So reach way out like this, nice and wide. This is your last exercise. Okay, but we're going to try to get a nice, good range of motions. Fingers nice and big, nice and wide. Okay, ready? And you're going to give yourself a nice big hug. Oh, okay, good. And open. Ready? So here's your opportunity. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, ready? 2, and open. Nice controlled motion is really going to give you the most benefit. 3, open. Sit up nice and tall. 4, open. 5, open. 6, open. 7, open. 8, open. 9, and one last one. Ready? Nice and big. Oh, really pull them back as far as you can. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. Oh, you did a great job. Inhale, hold it, and exhale. Definitely water time. Okay, now that we're done, we're going to check all our vitals again. And okay, so my oxygen saturation is good. I'm going to do my blood pressure again and see. Probably what I'll need to do is just get a different cuff. This one says universal cuff, but I can tell that it's definitely squeezing me a little tighter than it's supposed to, just because it's so big. So sometimes you'll get a funny reading like that. Okay, we're gonna do it again. So grab your cuff and let's see.
Stay still and do not talk until the measurement is complete.
Let's take some deep breaths to drop our blood pressure.
Your systolic pressure was 113 millimeters of mercury. Diastolic pressure was 82 millimeters of mercury. Pulse was 81 beats per minute.
So that is a much more normal blood pressure for me. I'm glad you got to see that. You know, your devices are only as good as the common sense behind it. You have to know whether or not to trust that information. But the greatest thing is that all Publixes have little blood pressure cuffs. You can go to fire stations, I think, and check that out as well. But getting to know what your normal range is and when is really important. So maybe in the morning, some people have a really high blood pressure then. It might drop after lunch, later on. So get that data, write it down, keep it in your log so you know what you're doing. And congratulations, you can check off that you did today's workout, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.